Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for everybody because we have a very wide time zone. Uh, Thank you, Jenny, for your kind introduction. I will talk about these key resources in travel medicine. So the objective of today's topic is to show you the important use of internet resources and how to select the most appropriate sites for travel medicine practice. Travel medicine is unique because it is a dynamic practice. People move and disease pattern change every time. Authorities and practitioners can respond very quickly on daily basis or even on hours to a changing events such as an outbreak or disaster. And online information, of course, important can make the travel medicine practice very dynamic medical specialty. So well, after the COVID pandemic, we know how this spreads and easily spreads, and in within hours the virus is already infected local people. So we need to be familiar with constantly changing disease epidemiology. And now, how to keep updated. In travel medicine, practitioners should have an up-to-date working knowledge on the global distribution of infectious diseases and also other health risks, and be attentive to changing pattern of infectious disease because there is also drug-resistant organisms. We have to be aware of recent advances in preventive health measures and be familiar with assessing the ever-changing country-specific health regulation that impact on travelers wishing to cross international borders. So we experienced with 2 years ago that we canceled the conference because New Zealand is closed other unless if you want to be quarantined for 2 weeks. So this is the pattern. You access information, doctors, physicians, health information from the wide web, and then also the traveler, they can access trip information. But then our duty is to give appropriate travel advice from the most respectful websites or resources. So the types of information you will find in the internet is the policy. First is in the policy, international health regulations, and then the recommendation from authoritative resources, then professional society events, electronic books, peer-reviewed journals, outbreak reports, surveillance network, and also disease map. This is the international health regulation from WHO in 2005, and this is international law for all the WHO member states. For instance, you can find here the policy of polio. This polio is one of diseases that can still internationally regulated. Yeah, you can check it if you need to find about the policy of polio in certain countries or areas. Then international travel and health, so WHO websites is the leading and the largest source of international travel health information. There are many useful links here, and we can find, for instance, outbreak news and publications. So this is a situation report from WHO for the COVID. So you can see the changing, the graphical change every day. If you're still concerned about COVID-19, the second website is the U.S. Centers for Disease Control (CDC). This also provide alerts, recommendations, educations, and technical support to travelers, and the healthcare providers also can access useful information here. For example, CDC always issues a travel health notices. It is a warning level. Yeah, there are some colors for this travel notice: warning level 3, level 2, and level 1. So usually, if you want to quick look, you can find in the CDC website which country is has warning level, even warning level 4, that you cannot travel at all to a specific country. This is there's an example of COVID-19 that CDC continues to recommend that people wear masks in indoor public transportation. You cannot open the mask even if you are going outside. You can remove the mask, but mostly in Indonesia also we still have a mask in indoor activities. So this is also travel recommendation if you're still concerned about COVID-19 in USCDC. There are some levels of COVID travel notice. Yeah, this is level 4 or very high to level 1, but there is also countries with unknown level of COVID-19. The second website is the UK-based National Travel Health Network and Center, mostly used by the Commonwealth countries. But I think this is also very practical website because you can find anything you need. For instance, if you want to find information about Indonesia's country, what is the risk? If you check malaria, for instance, then you can find many information about the malaria risk areas because Indonesia is a very big country. The malaria may be still high in eastern part of Indonesia and low in western part or central part, and no risk in Jakarta, of course. And the Trafax also based in the UK, but this is for professional and required membership registration. Professional organizations, we still we have the larger region is Asia Pacific. Then we live in Asia Pacific. Then we are member of the Asia Pacific Travel Society, but we can also be the member of International Society of Travel Medicine. This is the international global society. Then we still have several regional societies such as the North European, South African, and South American. So there are many, still several others, but I just put some of the most important or most well-known by public. We also have electronic books. Two books that I recommend is the International Travel and Health. The last printed edition was in 2012, but the content is updated electronically every year. Then you can find the latest updates in the internet in the WHO website. The CDC Yellow Book also updated every 2 years, but currently the last version is 2020 edition. Then we have two major journals in travel medicine. One published by Oxford University Press is the official journal of ISTM, and then in Elsevier, based in UK, there are travel medicine and infectious disease journal. We move to outbreak reports. There are several sites that can be used. For instance, this is from WHO. This is outbreak news. Not only COVID-19, but there are many other outbreaks you can find. This every day. Every day there will be change news here. Put some news. For instance, this is 1 June. June 1 is Cayman Congo hemorrhagic fever, and then monkeypox, still monkeypox in several countries. I can show here there's some outbreak surveillance in NHTH neck. Monkeypox still dominating the news. And then we have surveillance network from the International Society of Travel Medicine. It is a worldwide communication and data collection network for the ISTM country members. Last is the disease map. This is instance for confirmed cases of monkeypox. Yeah, just to give you an example, what kind of disease that we can find in the internet. So for the conclusion, travel medicine practice is unique and dynamic. Practitioners should be constantly updated on disease change and outbreak news. Information is readily available through the internet. However, information should come from reliable resources such as health authorities, government, and reputable organizations. Professional organizations and networks can help to spread the new information, travel alert reports, and so on. So by these slides, I say thank you for all for your attention. This is my plan. I learned to grow plant during COVID restriction and lockdown.